Okay, the person who asked this question, you're going to love my response. This person has done a lot of my work with me in the release course and also in Embody. And I love the updates that she has for me. But her question is about cold sores, blisters, and the likes on your lips. Now, I've never seen people get so excited about cold sores before until they get on the release program. And there's usually one or two people who will break out in a cold sore on their lip, on their face, or have something go on with their lips. And why I'm smiling so much is because the lips is a secondary area for something really important in your body and where you store emotions. So it can give you so much insight. But quite often when we start processing our emotions, or when we're exposed to different people, environments, and interactions, our body's going to speak to us, and it can manifest these undesirable manifestations. And cold sores represent this. So your lips are the secondary area for your sacral chakra. And your sacral chakra, the primary area, is your hips and pelvis, but you may not manifest any issues in this area or the internal organs. You may. But the sacral chakra governs emotions around relationships in your life. Now, you've probably heard me say this a lot in this group because I find that the majority of people will have sacral chakra stuff going on. And I was recording a really amazing interview with the Femme Factor podcast with Dr. Nicole Marcione and Dr. Laura Cesaris yesterday. And I was talking about moving through the different chakras and basically the initiation and the challenges that we get from every chakra and the emotions it stores for us to process and move through, so then we can then enter into the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one, because they all feed into one another and you will continue to go through these cycles. However, the second chakra is the sacral chakra. It governs emotions around relationships in life. Now, these are any relationships you have. And in a nutshell, I say it's the family relationships, the extended family. It is the current relationship that you have, the one that you desire to have. Maybe you don't have a partner. It is also the previous relationships you've had, the unrequited love, the affairs, the cheating that may have happened to you, or you may be the person who cheated on someone or had an affair on someone. It is about your fertility journey. It is about the desire to have children or the relationships you have with your children right now. It is also about the miscarriages, abortions, maybe the stillbirths that you have experienced. I find that these often don't get spoken about, and therefore the emotions don't get processed and they store in the body. It's also about your relationship to yourself and your body. It is about the relationship that you have with people in your workplace, your friendships that will go and come and come and go. It is also about your ability to attract money into your life, your level of magnetism, and your ability to step into your power and take responsibility. So if someone is having issues with recurrent cold sores or blisters or rashes or anything around the lips, I can instantly see, and I know, even if they don't know or if they're not aware or ready to acknowledge just yet, that they've probably got something around relationships that they need to process. So when you hear me talk about the different chakras, or you hear me talk about the different body parts, either you're going to comprehend on a mental level and you'll know and you'll be like, oh my gosh, or your body will respond. You might get some physiological changes like feeling hot, cold, feeling shivers. You might have a bowel release. Just depending on what your constitution is, will depend on how your body responds to this emotional work. But sometimes, as I said, that I can look at someone's body and I can see what's going on for them. And sometimes they're not ready to explore this level of depth around their emotions and what they might be storing, and therefore why their body is presenting this way. So earlier on, I said that I've never seen people get so excited about cold sores until the release program, or if I'm working with someone one-to-one, because when we process emotions, sometimes our body is going to manifest our little barometers or our weak spots. And so usually when I'm coaching someone, I'm really encouraging them and letting them know how their body is listening. But also, if this person is someone who keeps on getting recurring issues around their lips, as a result of processing and moving through that discomfort of getting the thing that they may not like, is that it starts to not return as intensely or as frequently as it had in the past. So cold sores, blisters, this goes for anything that affects your body. This is all related to relationships, any relationship that you can think of. And therefore, it's usually around the past stuff that sits around relationships, the emotions that haven't been processed. And the work is kind of never ending, but it does get fun, I promise. And then the real work is to actually dive in and process your emotions. So for this particular person who asked this question, you know what you need to do. You can also learn how to release on body parts that aren't functioning the way they are to find out why you're coming up. I've actually just sat down and done a bunch of releases because I had a day of multiple seemingly unrelated challenges land, which felt quite intense. But I know they're just the same shit, different story. So I've just gone and practiced my own release process that I teach clients to do, because I want to listen to the messages and really listen to them. And it was beautiful what came up. So this is what comes out of cold sores, blisters, things that affect the lips, and everything in your body has got a message. So I hope that's helped the person who asked this question. And I also hope that it's shed some light for others who didn't think about your lips, your cold sores, and these undesirable manifestations in this way.